So you're looking to build your own website, but you have no idea how or where to get started. You've heard the rumors, you've heard the misconceptions. You need money to get started. You need coding experience to get started. You have to hire people for graphics design and copywriting. Well, what if I told you that in just 30 minutes time from now, you could have your own stunning and custom designed website up and running from the comfort of your home without having to invest a lot of money, without hiring anybody for graphics designs or for copywriting, and with absolutely zero coding experience? Well, stay tuned. Hey, what's going on, guys? Jake here, and today we're going to be discussing how to build a website. Now, a lot of people want to build a website. Maybe you've got a business, maybe you just want to start a blog, whatever it is. A lot of people are interested in building a website, but nobody seems to know how to build a website or where to look towards when they want guidance. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire process on buying, a domain name and hosting, and actually creating your website. So step number one is, like I just touched upon, we need to find a platform that we can buy a domain name and buy hosting. So if you don't know what a domain name is basically the name of your website. So the website we're going to be using today, this is the website that I have just built, is called topskitchenschoice.co.uk. So this is my brand new website. This is going to be my my new affiliate website, and I'm going to be building this website in the public eye, so you guys can see just how easy it is to build a website and to start making affiliate sales. So I'm really excited to get this this website up and moving on YouTube, in the public eye, so you guys can actually see the process. So in this video, I'm actually going to walk you guys through the entire process from, finding your domain name and hosting to actually getting your website up and running, and then, eventually actually building your website. So step number one is to come up with a domain name. So you need to make sure that your domain name isn't taken, because preferably you're going to want either a .co.uk or a .com, depending. You're probably in America. That's where the majority of my viewers are. So you primarily want a .com name. So just to verify, the domain name is the name of your website. So Bluehost is the name of this website, and this is the website that we are going to be using in this video to get your website up and running. So why Bluehost? Well, Bluehost is actually the #1 recommended website from WordPress themselves. And if you don't know who WordPress are, we'll get into that later. So all you need to do is click Get Started, and you can see it's pretty cheap to get a website up and running. Now with Bluehost, you do need to pay for your subscription a year at a time. So throughout this video, if you're following along, which I hope you are, you're going to spend probably about $50 to $70, I would estimate, actually going through the process of building your website. And we're going to be investing in things like Photoshop as well, because that's going to allow you to do a lot of the work rather than hiring, like logo designers and graphic designers. So you can see on my website here, Top Kitchen's Choice. I designed that logo myself, and the favicon. So the favicon is your site icon. So like YouTube's got that little YouTube there. Bluehost has got that like grid there. I designed my own favicon. It's not. I think I must have forgot to save it. But if you buy something like Photoshop, it's going to allow you to build those yourself rather than hiring someone on Fiverr or Upwork or whatever it is. So let's go ahead and actually get started. So just click Get Started. And here is where you're going to select your plan. So this is your hosting plan. They're quite cheap per month. It's really up to you. If this is your first website, and what typically tends to happen with websites is people normally buy like one domain, and then they realize after they've had a bit of experience actually building out a website, they actually go on to buy another website because they've sort of messed up their original website, or they just want to start fresh with all of the new knowledge that they have. So it's really up to you what plan you want to go with. At the moment, I don't think it'll make too big a difference. So we're just going to go ahead and select the basic plan. And this is where you're going to type in your domain name. You can see here I actually had to go through a bunch of different names when it came to finding my domain name, because all of these names were actually taken. So I had like First Choice Kitchen, Choice Kitchen, Kitchen Select, Kitchen's Choice, Everyday Kitchen. And then I finally found one that wasn't taken, which was Top Kitchen's Choice. So that's another thing. Don't be discouraged if if you've built up this website in your head, and you've got the domain name, you've got the name and the logo all designed in your head, and then it comes to actually building the website and it's taken. Don't let that discourage you. Just go ahead, pick a name. Don't get too obsessed with the name. Just pick a name that's relevant to your niche, to the category, and to whatever it is that you were trying to sell. Because this is going to help for SEO purposes, and it's going to help someone that doesn't know that your website exists find you. So if, for instance, someone just typed into Google like Top's Kitchen or like Top Kitchens, my website would come up as long as I was ranking for that keyword. So it gives me an opportunity for somebody to find my website even when they don't know that I exist yet. So that's, I suppose, tip number 1. So all you need to do here is either type in your domain name, or if you've already got a domain name, then put it in here. So what we're going to do is title this help building a website.com. I'll be surprised if that's taken. Yeah, it's not taken. So all you need to do is basically fill out your information, and here you can see the total cost. If you do 3 years, I probably recommend doing 1 year to begin with, and that's going to bring the price down to 143. But then of course you can choose to add or minus any of these package extras. So domain privacy, site lock security, code guard. So we're going to deactivate all of these and just see the bare price. We're going to keep domain privacy on because that's just going to give us that extra little bit of protection. So you can see we're looking at spending $83 at the moment. So all in all, you're probably realistically going to spend $100, I would say, then getting your website up, because I think the only real investment we're going to make after this stage is buying Photoshop, which is $10 a month. But you don't even have to buy Photoshop. If you wanted, you could literally just buy this package here, and this would be you set, ready to build your actual website. If you are going to add any, like I said, I would add the domain privacy, because it just protects your information. So no one can search for your information from your website. So once you've paid for everything, you need to install WordPress. Now I've obviously already bought my domain name, so I'm not going to do this again. But basically, it's going to ask you to install WordPress. So if you don't know what WordPress is, it's basically the platform that you're going to be building your website on. So we're on the WordPress website here, WordPress.org. And you can see it says here 33% of web users. So basically 33% of all websites at the moment are currently hosted through WordPress. So they're about as legit as it comes, and this is primarily the website or the platform that people use to build their websites on. So back to Bluehost, once you've bought your domain name and you're hosting, it's going to bring you through to the dashboard where you can literally just click. I'll go back to the home page here. Once you're logged in, you can just click on hosting and it will come up with a bunch of icons. Scroll down and click on WordPress, and it's like a one-click install. Click on WordPress, install it, and then it's going to take you through to your site login. So it's going to give you your login and your password. So simply sign in with the details it's given you, and then it's going to bring you through to your dashboard, which is going to look something like this. Welcome to WordPress. This is where you're going to be spending the majority of your time actually building out your website. So it may look a bit scary at the moment, but don't worry, we're going to go through all of the relevant bits of information that you need to know. So the very first thing that I want you guys to do is to set the theme for your website. So go down to Appearance, select Themes. So what this is going to do is it's going to show you a bunch of themes that you can actually activate immediately to completely change the layout and the landscape of your website. Now if we go to Add New, and then we can actually start browsing some themes. Now the cool thing about these themes is that there's a plethora of themes here that are completely free. So there are paid themes and there are like freemium. So you can get like a basic layout and then you can upgrade to access more features. But for the most part, you can actually build a pretty decent website with a completely free theme. So here we can see the featured themes. So you can literally select one of these and you can go to preview, and this is what your website would look like if you installed this theme. So pretty basic at the moment. You can go ahead and do this. Just scroll through. If you want to, you can either scroll through with the arrow keys here, or you can back out and scroll through them so you can get sort of a broader overview before you actually click on. So those are the featured themes. We can go into the most popular. So 2017, this is still the default theme that your website will be originally set up on. But it's really up to you what theme you want to pick. So this is quite a nice one for beginners. What's this? Hestia. So this is what your website is going to look like. Obviously, you'll be able to change that background to whatever you want. I think this is quite a nice theme for beginners. It's user friendly. It looks quite nice. However, if you want the theme that I'm using, then I'm using a theme called BizLite. So BizLite is the theme that I've got activated. It's a pretty nice theme. It's pretty user friendly. But it's got a lot of cool features that other themes don't have. Like it's got this nice slider at the start, which I really like because it can display various web pages on your website without someone actually having to manually click through on a certain web page. It can showcase that for you. So once you've selected your theme, the next thing you need to do is start making some content. Now what I like to do is I like to get a general idea of how I want my website to look like. So the first thing I tend to do is I tend to make the toolbar up here. So what content am I gonna broadly be talking about? So here I've got my home page, I've got my reviews. This is more reviews, but it's sort of a subheading. So the kitchen essentials, recipes, and obviously the about and the contact us section. So to begin with, I want you guys to start brainstorming what categories are going to be found on your website, and these are the ones that you're going to put in your menu. Now, when it comes to actually creating your menu, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is go to Pages, Add New, or you can add new from here. It doesn't really matter either way. It's exactly the same function. And then simply add the title to your page. This is sort of like a parent category. So if you're not aware, a parent category is basically the sort of overall theme. And then underneath this, you would have. So this is the parent category, and then these are the child categories here. So we will name this one Affiliate Marketing because this is what this video is about, and then click publish, and now this page is going live on your website. So if I refresh this page, you'll see that even though we've made the new page, there's actually no difference. Though we can't really access that page at the moment, and it's because we've not integrated that page with our menu yet. So the way that we do that is we scroll down to Appearance, and this time we're going to go to Menus. And now we can actually select, first of all, we can select what menu we want to use, and then you can select all of the pages that you've got and actually put it in that menu. So we want the main menu, which is the menu up here, and then we want to select the page that we want to add, which was affiliate marketing, add to menu, and now it's added to the bottom here, affiliate marketing. So now if we save this menu and then refresh this web page, now we can see we have affiliate marketing here. Obviously that looks really clunky with the menu now being 2 layers, so I'm actually going to get rid of that. Or another cool thing that we could do is, instead of getting rid of it, we could actually make it the child category simply by bringing this page up and then sliding it to the right. So when we slide it to the right, it's going to now be a child category under whichever parent category that you've put it under. So in this instance, it's under the kitchen reviews. Now if we save this and refresh this web page, now that affiliate marketing should be gone from there, and now it should be under kitchen review. So it's pretty simple. You can see it doesn't really take a lot of brain power to be able to get your menu up and running, but I'm actually going to get rid of that because I do not want a page called affiliate marketing on my website. So we'll just remove that page there, and now we can actually start playing around with the website. So by this point in the video, you should have a sort of a vague layout of your website. So you've picked your theme, and now you've designed your navigation bar. So what we can do now is go to customize, and this is going to allow us to actually start customizing the theme that we've downloaded and really start to play around with our website. So there are a bunch of different things you can do here. You can set the site identity. So I've actually got a logo, but if I didn't have a logo, which is there, I could type in, I'll remove it for now so you guys can see. And now my site title and my tagline have actually replaced my logo. But I'm going to go ahead and select my logo again, because I quite fancy that. So now my logo is loaded. It's now replaced the site icon. So it's pretty simple, and this is why I said to you guys earlier that you may want to invest in something like Photoshop, because I actually designed that logo myself. It took me 2 minutes in Photoshop, whereas if you paid someone to do that, you're going to have to wait, normally like 2 or 3 days, and pay someone, $5-10 just to make a simple logo like that. Whereas you can literally make it in Photoshop in like literally 2 minutes. And I'm going to show you exactly how we do that right now. So the dimensions, it's really great because it actually gives you the dimensions for you. So recommended logo size 165 by 50. So that's exactly what we're going to input here. So I've already designed this 165 by 50. Click create. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see. Now it's going to look blurry while it's zoomed in, but don't worry about that. Top kitchen's choice. This will literally take 2 minutes. I may edit this bit out or speed this bit up just so you guys can see, but it really doesn't take long. And there we have the site logo. So when it comes to uploading, what you want to do is first of all delete the background. So literally just select the background tab down here and press delete. So by deleting the background, you'll see that it's put the image on a transparent background. So what that basically means is when you upload this onto your website, only this text here will appear rather than this entire square. Because if I left this on a white background, then what you would have when I actually upload this onto the website is you would get the logo, but you would also get this white box outline, which, as you can imagine, would look horrible if that was a massive white box. It just, it wouldn't look nice with a website. Unless you were uploading it onto a white background anyway on your website, then it wouldn't really make a difference. But I always recommend, uploading on a transparent background. So the way you actually get your photo uploaded on a transparent background is to export as a PNG file rather than a JPEG. So you can go to export as, and then make sure PNG is selected and transparency, and then export it, and then you can upload it, and now that will be on a transparent background rather than having, like a clunky white square behind the logo. So that is how you create your logo for your site. And I strongly suggest that you actually create a logo because it can help with branding. And, if you, obviously this is affiliate marketing, but if you wanted to build your own brand from this, then that is something that you would be able to put on your brand, and it would immediately be of a higher value, even if it was the same item you were selling. Just because it had your logo on and you have some authority, you will be able to actually sell that for more. So the next tab is colors. We can have a look at colors. So you can change a lot of things. The header text, the background color, the site identity. So the site identity color, that is your title and your tagline. But obviously we've chosen the logo rather than having a title. And then the header, the link color. I'm actually going to change that link color while I'm here. So I'm just going to copy and paste that color there, the link color. There we go. I'm going to publish that. So let's have a look at the background color quickly. So if we go onto this page here, this is one of the most recent pages I was writing. This background color here, I've not decided on a background color yet, by the way, so that might be different by the time I actually fully publish this website. But this background color here is sort of a darkish, like a medium gray, which is this color here. If I was to select, say, blue and then publish, if I go ahead and refresh this page, that background color is now going to change this bit here to blue. So, you can play around and you can have, explore different colors. If I wanted to match the color of the theme, then I would just type in the color code for the theme. So now if I reset this, the color down here will match the color on the site, on the navigation bar. However, I think that's a bit too much. That's a bit too in your face. So I like to have the background color just, a sort of off color, just to accentuate the, the actual text. So I normally go with like a light gray or something. So, like I had before, that's quite nice. Nothing too dark, but just enough to differentiate between the border, between my picture, my text, and the actual background. So something like that. That for me is fine. So that's what the background color is going to do. And then we can take a look at your font settings. So what font do you want? That's pretty self-explanatory. I don't need to really show you guys that. So back to site identity. One thing I should have mentioned earlier is your site icon. So your site icon is this icon up here. It's also known as the favicon icon. So it's this little bit here. Bluehost has this little grid. YouTube, obviously everybody knows the YouTube icon there. Bit of Zach Wild. So once again, this theme actually gives us the recommended dimensions to actually build our own favicon. So again, this is one of the perks of buying, something like Photoshop, because you can actually go ahead and build your own rather than paying for someone on Fiverr. So again, I'm just going to show you guys. This is the favicon that I built. TKC, Top Kitchen's Choice. Nothing fancy. and then we're just going to upload that there. And what you're going to see is up the top hand corner here in the page, this is going to immediately set that icon there. So there we go, TKC. That just gives the site that bit more customization and makes it look a bit more professional. If you load a web page that just has that blank page there, it looks pretty tacky and it looks unfinished and incomplete. So I always suggest creating a site icon. I'm going to go ahead and publish that and then reset this page just to make sure it's actually updated. And there you can see TKC. So again, if you actually wanted to create that, all you would do is go to create new and then simply set the dimension. So it was 512 by 512. I've got my resolution at 72. You can either have it at 72 or 300. I think those are the two main resolution that people tend to use. There we go. I've already created mine on that one, so I did use the 300. And then make whatever image you want to, and then upload it as your favicon. So moving on, we can play around with the background a bit more. So let's go ahead and set a background image. Let's set this. Choose image, and then we want the preset to fill the screen, and then we're going to publish that, and now we're going to see what that's done to our site. So we can see that has now replaced the previous background we had of just the plain grey, and now it's given us a slightly more interactive feel from our website. I think that looks pretty cool. I'm not saying I'm going to keep that by any means, but you know what I mean. You can really play around with how you actually design your website, because I think that looks quite inviting. It's colourful, it's vibrant, and it certainly fits the theme of my website anyway. So yeah, you can go ahead and fiddle around with your background image. You can actually position it the way you want it. You can fit it to screen. You can fill the screen. You can fit the screen. You can have it on repeat. So what that means is, if the image is small and it doesn't fit the screen naturally, if you've got it on repeat, it's going to basically repeat the image until it fills the entire screen. So I'll show you that quickly. I don't really like this. There you can see that's the original size of the image, and then it's just repeated it over and over again. I don't really like that. I think that's a bit too headachy. So I'm going to go ahead and put that to fill the screen, and then refresh that. There we go. So after we've set our background image, we can play around with the menu. So we've already set the menu earlier in the actual WordPress theme. However, you can customize it from this menu as well if you want to. It's pretty much the same thing. You can have a play around with what you want to go where. So you could take this out and put it underneath, or whatever you want to do. But we are going to leave that as is because we've already set the menu inside actual WordPress rather than here. Now the main thing with this theme is stuff like the featured slider, which is this page here. So this is pretty cool. So you can see the slider is enabled, and we've set it enabled for the static front and index page. So you can go ahead and leave that as that, because I think that only really looks good when you've got it on the one page. If you've got a slider on every single page, it gets a bit overwhelming, and I think it loses its value. So here we can see you can actually set the image for every page and which page you want it to link to. So the first thing that we've done is we've set, where is it, slider options, number of slider, we've set it to 3. So you can see 1, 2, 3. We're displaying 3 pages, and then it resets to the start. And then you can set it to slide vertically or horizontally. I much prefer it horizontally. And then you can actually select what image you want it to show, and where you want to be redirected if someone clicks on this. So you can see kitchen reviews is the first one. So this is what I've selected here. So this is basically where you, these are all your pages again. So this is where you're going to select your page. So if you wanted it to redirect somewhere else, you would simply select whatever page you're looking for, and then select that page, and so on and so forth. Now in your actual WordPress is where you're going to set this this background picture here. So I'll show you guys that quickly. Let's click on publish first. I don't know what changes I've made. So if we go up to pages and select the page that you are wanting to have on your slider, and then if we go over into the featured image, this is where you're actually going to set your image. Now like I said earlier, the cool thing about this theme is that it actually gives us the dimensions for all of these pictures for us. So if we were back on the customize page, we would actually see the dimensions. However, I know what the dimensions are already because I've already set this page. So the dimensions, if you're looking to create your own, or if you're looking to crop an image to fit, to fit that background, which is what I've done with all of my images. The dimensions are 1360 by 530. So you could go ahead and paste that into Photoshop, and then you can customize your image, or you can just upload it straight and it will adjust it for you. So that is how you set your background image for the homepage. So let's actually go ahead and replace that image just so you guys can see. So I've just changed the featured image for the kitchen reviews, and now we're going to refresh this page just so you guys can see. There you go, what exactly that does to your website. So now instead of having that kitchen, I've got a picture of this banana bread. But I'm going to go ahead and change that back. But that was just so you guys could actually see, the process of what it actually does. So select that, and now I'm going to save that again. There we go, it's updated again. So we're going to go back to the customize, and we're going to start taking a look at some of the features that are exclusive to BizLite, which is a theme that we're using to edit this website. So we've set the featured sliders, and in the next section here is our services. So the way we edit this bit is by going into the next bit here, home/front service section, and then we can, you can either enable it or disable it. If I were to disable it, this whole section would disappear and it would bring me onto this bit here. However, service page, so this is where you can set your icons. You can set what page, again, it links to. It's pretty similar to this. It's the same concept, that we're just linking certain pages. So we have linked the About page, the kitchen reviews, and the Contact Us. However, if we wanted to set, another page, we could go ahead and set any page that we wanted to. So let's go ahead and set the recipes. And now instead of About, now we have our recipes page, and it's automatically pulled in the data, so we can see it's also changed the text as well, because that's the text I have on my recipes page. So I'm just going to reset that back to About. But that's just so you guys can see. And then with these icons here, you can actually click See More, and it's going to bring you to this page where it's going to show you a bunch of cool icons that you can actually input into your website. Now, a lot of these icons actually didn't work when I was trying to set my my website up. But if you type in like pen, yeah, see, pen didn't work, but pencil did. Yeah, so I mean, it's a bit weird. I'm not sure why they aren't working, but I'm going to reset that back to what it was. So it's up to you guys to have a browse through, select some icons that you want to start inputting that are relevant to your pages, and that is how you customize the services tab. And obviously you can rename, it doesn't have to be our services, you can name that whatever you want. So if I could name that, I could throw some subliminal messaging in there, or I can do whatever I want. You can customize this whatever you want, however you want, sorry. And I forgot what this was originally called, our services, I think. Let me know if that was right. So that is the services tab done, or whatever tab it is that you want it to be. And then after that we have the About. I've actually disabled this, so if I enable that, you're going to see, I'm going to bring up this section here. So you can customize this however you want. Again, it's it's all the same concept. Once you've done it once, literally for this for the slider, it's no different than doing it for any other part of the website. So all you're doing is selecting the icon, and then you're linking the page that you want to be linked outwards. So if someone was to click on that, it would bring them through to my chopping board reviews. However, I don't have enough content on my website to actually warrant having this section enabled yet. So I've turned that off for now. I will probably enable it later on when I've actually got some more content. So the featured section, again, that's one of the features I've actually turned off. So if I was to enable that, home featured enabled, what it's going to do is bring up this big bar here. The reason I disabled this is because you can't edit this background picture if you're on the BizLite free version. You can only edit this if you either know the custom CSS to actually go behind the scenes and change it, or if you upgrade to the BizLite. Neither of which I want to do at this moment in time, so I've just removed that by disabling the home featured. So the next thing is your blog options. Now, we've not spoke about the blogs yet, so I suppose I'll sort of tell you about blogs now. So blogs are, let's go back into the actual home page first. So I'll publish whatever changes I've just made, and then I'll actually show you guys what the blogs are. So posts, they're similar to pages, but a post doesn't belong to any specific page. So your posts are dynamically uploaded to your website in order of when they were made. So if I made a new post, it would suddenly appear on my home page because it doesn't belong to any specific page. Your home page just sort of pins your blogs on them. So eventually your home page would end up, these are my blogs here, your home page would replace these every time you actually make a new blog. So if I were to make a new blog right now, it would replace the rice cooker, and it would move these two along one to the right, and then the new blog would come up where the butternut squash recipes currently are. So that's sort of the difference between a page and a blog. A page is a static page, and you can add it to the menu bar, the navigation, and it becomes a page that you can add to, whereas a blog isn't a dedicated page in itself. It's just like an article rather than a page. And then pretty much the final thing on this theme we have is the testimonial section here. So again, it's pretty much the same thing. Enable testimonials, and then you can select what page that you actually want to upload. So like I said, it's the same concept as before. You're just selecting a page, and then it will automatically pull the data from that page. It will pull the text on that page. So this right here is the name of the page. So don't name it like testimonial 1, because it will actually come up saying testimonial 1. So name your testimonial pages after the person that's actually leaving the review. So these are fake reviews just for the sake of me showing you this website. So that's actually my wife, and then Brandon Jacob, that's my son. So when you actually don't have fake testimonials on your website, because that's unethical. But just for showcasing this for you guys, that's what I've done there. So that is pretty much how to edit this theme. Now, if you actually want to start editing a web page, I will show you that now quickly, because I think I've rambled on long enough in this video, and I don't want to overwhelm you guys with information, because I know this is probably really confusing for you guys right now. But basically, let's continue with this, right? Because I was in the middle of this is my most recent page that I've been editing. So we'll go ahead and we'll view it here quickly. Knife sets. So this is the page that I've been writing. I've got down to bread knife. Basically, I'm talking about the knife sets for beginners or advanced people in the kitchen. So what you'll notice, and this is the way that you actually start making affiliate sales, by the way, is to if you click on this image, you'll see that it's taken you through to Amazon to actually buy this product here, this knife set here. So you can see that was the second image that I've selected to showcase on my website. So that's the image on my website, and you'll notice up in the toolbar it says tag equals Amazon season. So Amazon season, it's obviously the name of my YouTube channel. So when you see that, that basically means that you are now viewing this page under an affiliate link. So if someone were to actually buy this product while under my affiliate tag, I would make, I think the home and kitchen is a 7% commission. So I would actually make 7% of £43. So let's go ahead and have a look at that. So 7% of 43 is, I would make £3 for every time I recommended this sale here, which is pretty good, just for being the middleman and just for actually recommending it. And that's all affiliate marketing is. You're basically the referral. You help your customer get from where they are to where they want to be. And that's the thing that you have to bear in mind with affiliate marketing is your customers already want to buy something, so you don't really have that hard a time selling something, because you know that they're already, if they're viewing your content, then they've already expressed an interest in whatever you're promoting or affiliating for. So to actually edit this page, I'm going to show you guys briefly. This is what your page is going to look like inside of your WordPress. So you can start building out here. Type whatever you want to type here. Now this is actually the updated WordPress, so if you're just downloading WordPress now, this is what it's going to look like. A lot of old WordPress users, myself included, do not like this new layout. I think it's called Gutenberg, the new sort of layout. Most people prefer the classic WordPress. However, I actually prefer editing my pages with a plugin called Elementor. So you can actually start typing out whatever you want to type out. So hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the content. Hint, hint. So that is one way of editing your pages. Now you can add what's called blocks to your page. So you can add paragraphs, shortcode, images, headings, whatever it is that you want to add in, and it's going to let you add in whatever it is that you want to add in. However, I am not personally a fan of the new way that WordPress has laid out its interface. So I actually edit my pages with this free plugin called Elementor. So if you want to use Elementor, it's a free plugin. I'll make a video, a new video on the plugins I use, because plugins are, you know, really powerful ways of allowing you to edit your web page seamlessly and effortlessly. But I'm going to show you quickly. This is how I personally edit my pages. So what Elementor does is it shows you sort of live what your website would actually look like, and then you can edit it from here. So you can literally drop and drag whatever it is that you want to throw in. So a new heading, and we can center that text. So the next knife along is a slicing knife. So, and then you can, you know, start putting some text in underneath it. So we can add a text editor, or if you're doing like a comparison, you can add, you know, an intersection. And now this is going to give you these two sections here, which you can either add, you know, you can add text to both of these sections, or you could add, you know, an image to both of these. So this is just a really simple way of actually managing your website. Now I'm going to go and delete all of this because I don't actually want this. I actually do need that. I'm going to keep that there. So this is how I edit my web pages with Elementor. It's a really great and free plugin. That's the most important thing, is that it's free. But for someone that's new to building websites, I think it's extremely user friendly, because it's literally, you know, drag and drop, and then you fill out whatever it is that you want to fill out. So another great thing you can do is add things like buttons, which I could add this underneath my, you know, this image here. Center that. I'm going to link it to my affiliate link. Open in a new window. Let's set the color, background color. You know, like the reds and stuff and yellows, they're great for catching attention, which is why you see a lot of buttons online. They're like dark orange or something, because they capture your attention really quickly. And then what we can do is actually link this this button here to our affiliate link. And then if someone clicks on this button as well as the picture, or, you know, then it's going to bring them through to Amazon once again, and that's going to sticky cookie them with our affiliate link. So we're going to go ahead and view this web page now and see what it looks like. So it's not very pretty, that button, but basically we've set this up with our affiliate link. So if I click that now, and here again we can see the tag, that's basically confirming that this is an affiliate link, and that's actually going to let us start making some affiliate sales. So remember, every time we link this, we're going to be getting £3 per sale, which is pretty good considering that we don't own the product. We don't have to do any you know, product sourcing. We don't have to talk to suppliers. We don't have to handle refunds. We literally just recommend something by having it appear on our website or by reviewing it, and then we start making affiliate sales. It's pretty simple stuff, actually. So over the coming weeks and months, I'm going to be building out this website, showing you guys the process along the way. Every time I update, you know, I'll probably make 1 or 2 videos a week on my progress and my updates, and basically just show you guys how simple it is to actually start building out a website. And I hope you guys are beginning to see you don't need either a lot of money or a lot of experience to actually start building out a website that looks professional and is actually going to start getting you those affiliate sales. Because although I genuinely find this fun, this isn't a hobby that I would do if I weren't getting paid for it. So I hope you guys were able to follow along to this video. There's a lot more that I can show you guys, and I'll be showcasing in future videos. But that is it for now. So in the description below, I'm going to link the Bluehost website, so you can follow that link. Please follow that link and actually start building out your website. Refer to this video if you get stuck. You know, it's pretty simple stuff, but you know, don't take that to be an insult if you get stuck, because believe me, when I made my first website, it took me like, I remember stressing out so badly not knowing how to build the navigation bar, and like it literally took me like like a week to realize how to build this navigation bar, and the reality is, it takes like 30 seconds. So don't be afraid to, if you're stuck, then ask me a question. People are scared that they look stupid when they ask you a question, when actually I think it's a weakness when you don't ask a question when you're stuck, because then you're going to be stuck there forever, or you're going to spend a week trying to figure something out where you could have asked and had that answer, within like 30 seconds. So, the fool is the person that doesn't ask for help. That is how I see life. If you're stuck, no matter how big or small you think the question is, then fire it my way and I will do my best to answer. I'm not like a website expert. I don't claim to be. I have a pretty good grasp of how to build a website, and I know some, like custom HTML and stuff like that. But I don't know everything, and I learn new things, every day, if not every week, that I try and apply to my businesses. So, yeah, that is it for this video, guys. Like I said, I hope it was simple enough for you to follow along, but advanced enough for you to actually, get the grips of what you need to do to build a website and to actually start making your content. If the things like the Amazon links were confusing you, then let me know. I've made a previous video about it, but I'll make another one again, because I want to sort of make a series moving forward of actually building out this website. And one of those, one of the steps in that series is actually signing up for your Amazon Associates account, which is where you get your affiliate links. So don't worry if that's confused you. If it has, I'll link the video at the end of this, so stay around to the end of the video, and you can watch the video where I talked about Amazon links, which is the how to build a business for $100. But apart from that, guys, I think that's pretty much the basics covered. So I'll leave the video at that. Like I said, very subliminally throughout the video, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. You're basically not subscribed if you haven't hit the bell. And like the video, and leave me a comment. Let me know if you're stuck, if you need help. And that's it, guys. I will see you in the next video.